Okay, today we're going to figure out what's going on with our refrigerator in the camper. It was been plugged in over the winter and everything else in the camper seems to be okay except for the refrigerator. It doesn't have any power to it and it's completely dead. I've gone and you push a button, turn it on, and there's no sign of life in there. I've gone underneath, checked all the fuses and breakers, and everything seems to be good. I'm not sure what's causing the power outage for the fridge, but we're going to find out. On the side of the camper, around the corner here, there's a little doorway that we're going to open up. We're going to check the electricity back inside of that little doorway. I brought a screwdriver, some needle nose pliers, and a voltmeter. It's pretty much all we need. To remove the cover, you just give it a half a turn with a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, and then you just pull it off. You can pull it off by hand, but I used a screwdriver to take it off. Pop it open and it falls right off. Underneath here we've got some different kinds of wirings. We're going to take this little cover off, the little black cover, but I'm going to get the little white hose out of the way. Let's see here. Let's get that out of the way, move it. Now that little cover, I loosened it up last time I was under there working, and so I left the screw off of it so it's easy to come off. There's a circuit board under there. And my question is, what is that little blue wire doing hanging there? I've tried to figure out where that goes and it doesn't have any place for it to connect. So I'm thinking it's probably an option for some other camper, for some other deal. It doesn't go to this camper. I don't know why they didn't just cut it off. So what we're going to do is we're going to trace and make sure we have electricity coming to the refrigerator from the main batteries that are up front of the camper. There's also an outlet there with a plug for the electricity that comes from the AC. So we're going to make sure we have AC current and DC current coming from the main battery. We're going to check any other kind of high limiter switches or anything that fuses and stuff that might be, tripped. That one there is called a high limiter switch. That might be the problem. But we're going to double check a few things here. I've got a meter here that shows it's easy to work with because you push on it and it shows the electricity. It's only good for AC voltage. It's got a button for voltage and it's got a button for amps. So we're going to push and hold the volt button down, and anytime we get close to electricity, it's going to show a little red light on the display. And we're getting close to that outlet there. It's kind of hard to see, but there is a red light that gets in there. And as soon as we get to any kind of voltage, it'll show red. Now, the higher the voltage, the more red that it shows. So we know we have a voltage right there, electrical current, and this other stuff is DC voltage, so it's not going to show any light. But I'm also going to check voltage with my other meter because I want to know how much voltage is going through the lines. Now I've got my other meter. I have it set on DC voltage. I set it on number 20 for 20 volts. And I found a ground screw right there that I'm going to pry my black lead wire connector onto. I'm going to make sure that it stays on there so that I can work with it without it falling apart. So let me get it from underneath there, and so it'll hold. Okay, it would be nice if you had alligator clips you could clip it on. So now when we touch that red wire, right, we should have 12 volts, which we do. We have over 12 volts, which is great. So that tells me that the battery up front is working. It's got voltage coming from the main battery to right there. Now, there's a little connector on the left-hand top side of the board that I've already disconnected. And we're going to check the top left pin hole. and there should be 12 volts in there. So that means that the voltage is going to be coming across the board to that little pin right there, and it does. So that means that the board is good. Which is, and don't worry about the other holes. Those are for something different, but that's the main pin that you want to check right there. So now we know we got, at least 13 volts or 12 volts going across the board, and the board is good. So as far as the DC voltage goes, the battery in the front of the trailer and the board is good. So that means that this battery will turn on the refrigerator if it's set on propane. If the if the camper is not plugged into the house or to electricity. So the battery system and the propane system are probably working okay. So now we're going to check the AC voltage. Do we have 120 volts here? We unplug this little black lead and we check, and we have 117 volts. Now the reason I have 117 is because I've plugged in my camper to an extension cord, and instead of having 120 volts, I'll have 117 because the extension cord is taking a little bit of voltage out of it. So it'll show 118, which is good. That's a good thing. We know we have voltage, and all we have to do is just put that little black connector back in its place when we're done. Just be careful not to shock yourself. That's why I brought the pliers. The needle nose pliers will help you put it back in place without you touching it with your fingers. We're going to go back inside the camper and check and see if we have any kind of juice going on here. It looks like the lights turn on. Good deal, Lucille. We set it on automatic, and the light should stay on by itself. And it looks like it does. Yes. So now when it's set on automatic, that means that no matter whether you unplug the camper from the electricity, or you are out in the wilderness, the refrigerator will work on propane or electricity. And that's about it. And then we're mission completed, accomplished. We'll check with you next time around.